Good day, everyone. This is Dr. Francis Espinola, lead physical therapist for First Shepherd Therapy and Healthcare Staffing. We have a special edition of Lead Well here. I'm going to interview a very wonderful leader. Her name is Miss Valerie Niebrand. She is the Regional Director of Business Development for Gamble, Guest Care, Health, and Rehab Management. Here we go.
Hello, nice to meet y'all. It's such a pleasure to sit with you. I've seen some of the things that you talk about, and I'm excited. And thank you so much for having me today.
Awesome, Miss Valerie. Thank you for inviting me here in your wonderful facility. Thank you for touring me. They have nice facilities, like nice hardwood floors and everything. So I like nice hardwood floors, my friend. So okay. So tell me more about the services you're offering in this facility.
Okay, great. So I am the regional director of business development for Gamble Guest Care, and we are in that family. The Gambles have been in nursing homes since 1974. So Mr. Kit Gamble, our owner and CEO, he and his family actually sold, him and his brothers.
Okay.
They owned a lot in Louisiana.
Awesome.
Yes, so they ended up splitting the shares and selling out, but he loved the business so much that he wanted to continue in with his children. And so him and his children, they're a fantastic family from Louisiana. They bought into Texas. They posted 2 flags here in Texas. And the Highlands Guest Care, Skilled Nursing and Rehab off of Forest Lane, they've owned for 3 years.
Okay.
And then Oakmont Guest Care, Skilled Nursing and Rehab has been over a year, and we just had a ribbon cutting for them.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
That's awesome.
It was a great turnout, very supported by the community.
Yes.
And so basically, the Gambles own both facilities, and this is a family-owned skilled nursing rehab, and that's what I really like about the homes that we offer. So the Highlands, like I mentioned, that is off of Forest Lane in Dallas, which is where we are right now. And then my other facility is called Oakmont Guest Care, and that is in Hurst.
Okay.
And that is off of Hurst View Drive there, Hurst. And they're both beautiful facilities. The Highlands offers 116 beds, and the Oakmont Guest Care offers, I believe, 160.
Wow.
So we are very, that has a high potential.
Yes.
So what we've done in each of our homes is we have remodeled completely.
Yes,
So from top to bottom. So first and foremost, we are different in the aspect that we want to offer that Medicaid payer a private room.
Wow.
So our goal is that when we are done with all of our remodeling in both of our facilities, that even Medicaid patients and payers have that private room.
That's amazing.
That is going to change the game, but we just believe that people, especially during COVID and certain things like that, families, I think they're going to feel more, secure and happy about them having their space. Also, we have new skilled halls, which is skilled therapy and rehab, skilled nursing on each of our facilities. So both of them have already opened, and what they offer is large rooms, hardwood floors, private baths, rooms with toilets and sinks, and we have a spa that is remodeled for both of our facilities, as well as it's just really tasteful.
Nice.
Very beautiful. Big plasma TVs with lots of cable channels.
All right.
So they have more than what I have in cable channels at home. So
Awesome. And just giving you a heads up, when I came in here, I was treated nicely. I came in, they checked me on my temperature. So I have a feeling already that this is a safe place. Plus, it's very clean. You have a good smell coming in here, just giving you a heads up. I'm really particular about the smell.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and I understand that. I've been working for the skilled nursing also for about 5 years. So I know how it is, comparing what you're saying with the private rooms, those amenities. That's just amazing.
Yes.
Awesome. So just want to know that, so that they are aware. So these are 2 locations in Dallas and in Hurst.
Correct,
Okay.
yes. So they're separate locations. Those facilities offer payers such as Medicare. Our Hearst facility offers a VA contract. Otherwise, they all, I believe, there's United Healthcare and then Molina and America. So we're able to work with contracts. If you have a family member, somebody that might have a hip surgery and they want to feel like they're in a spa, then send them our way.
Correct.
Because we're able to care for, our younger, generations that are still needing that skilled rehab stay, but they're not wanting to feel like they're in a nursing home.
Exactly. I mean, they're talking, Ms. Valerie's highlighting that there's a long-term section for the skilled nursing and rehab, and also the short-term, like post-surgery patients.
Right.
Yeah, and Ms. Valerie for sure will find a way to get that insurance covered.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So we are hiring. So we are looking for the best of RNs, CNAs, LVNs. Goodness. So if y'all, have anybody, or if you have a connection, we are happy to take your applications at both of our facilities. We do employee recognition.
Wow.
There
awesome.
is there's several activities going on in both of our homes. They're very big on getting the patients out of bed.
Yes.
And we've even heard that when they come in, that it feels like an assisted living because we have such active people in our homes. Now, if they're not, it's not as active, that's fine, but we are going to encourage them to participate in some of the activities that we know that would make them feel better. Because socializing is huge.
I agree.
So.
And in physical therapy world, motion is lotion. We need to get them up no matter what. And the good thing about here, like what she's saying, there's a good communication with nursing and the therapy and the other staff, making sure that the proper care is provided.
Yes,
am I right? So,
absolutely. Our therapists, we don't own our own therapy. However, we have been with them for so long. Sandra, our director of rehab here, she's actually been with us, I want to say 13 to 14 years.
Awesome.
And the same with Vermont, they have been there for a long time. So they're a part of our team. They're a part of our family. They go to our long-term care patients and see how, are they declining? Is this resident needing some care? And then they start doing therapy. So they do PT, OT, and speech.
Awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, if ever that you need to reach out to Miss Valerie, it's right here, down here. All the contacts, the emails, it's right there, okay? And make it easier for us. Do you text, call, whatever is necessary? Okay.
Sometimes I do all three: email, text, call.
Exactly. There we go. So, since we want to add value to the listeners here in Lead Well, so how do you define leadership with all your experiences handling and caring for patients?
Okay, well, I will just point that out. I want to put it definitely in our field of skilled nursing and rehab. So unfortunately, what I found in our realm is that we were hit really hard with COVID, and leadership and positivity goes a long way. And you said it the other day, and it made such perfect sense. Is you set the energy in the room. You set the tone. You get to decide what this room is going to feel like today.
Agreed.
And that's exactly my thinking and the way that our leaders operate in this business.
That's awesome.
And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of touch on is, being that we were affected the most during COVID,
Agreed.
I really saw, and I was in this industry during that time, and I really saw that people were reacting to an outbreak, right? And now which we were in a survivor mode of trying to make sure that our residents, was not, it's outbreak mode, right? Making sure they're safe, making sure they're being medically taken care of, making sure they go to the hospital if they need to, making sure we have appropriate staff. And all of that was done successfully. However, it was all reacting to this pandemic. So one of the things that I like to do, and I like to encourage other leaders to do, is to be, in thinking and meditating about our day or our week. There's a lot of negative that we can think about. The things that we haven't figured out yet, that haven't got done on our long list. However, how can I be proactive? That's my biggest thing right now is what can I control and what can I be proactive in doing? And some of that, a lot of our problems, and I know myself, stems from not being proactive and being procrastinating instead. And so I can't get everything done in that day, and that's okay. But I'm going to say, okay, what can I do tomorrow to be proactive and trying to, accomplish the things that our busy schedules offer us.
Agree.
And so, the other thing that I like to highlight
Go ahead.
for leadership is, here's just the main facts about anything is I think a good leader hires people smarter and more capable than they are.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my secret.
That's true. That's true.
And it's not because you're not knowledgeable yourself and capable. It's because it's a learning game.
Agree.
And when you can learn from one another, they're going to learn from me. But I'm also brought them on so I can learn from them.
Yes.
And so that is, I think, one of the key things is buffing up that team and making sure that you're hiring the capable, the smarter, the think outside the box. And I have great DVDs that do that.
Yes.
And so they, in turn make my job a whole lot easier. So
yes, definitely. My takeaway with what you said is just be proactive and don't procrastinate. And the learning environment, that's because in this skilled nursing setting, teamwork is key in providing the best care for the residents. I myself have seen how devastated the residents are, the families are because of the COVID pandemic, and we're trying to help each one, and this is what we're doing here in Lead Well. We want to highlight that skilled nursing, they're trying their best to give the best patient care, and this is one of them, my friends, okay? So, Miss Valerie, what will you like a word of advice for seasoned and upcoming aspiring leaders out there?
This is a great question. I'm so glad you asked. And my biggest thing, and I don't just use this in work, I use it in my marriage, I use it in my, in all of my relationships, is when you lead, you have to have tough conversations, right? You have to make sure you're leading with integrity, with love, with dignity. And what that does is it makes us, what we need to do, and what I always say, word of advice, is call people up. Don't call them out.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing, because we have to be a team. We have to be effective. And you would really ruin that relationship, and it moves the ship a certain way. So my thing is, and that's what I'm going to leave you with, is call people up, don't call people out. There's a certain way that when I'm dealing with my husband, I can say, there is I love you to pieces.
Yes.
But there's one thing I see in you that I know you're capable of, that I don't think you're capable of.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you know you are.
Yes.
And that just puts a different tone, I think, altogether. But what I really want, one of the things you touched on really quick, I'm going to step back on is, skilled nursing and rehabs, they are great places. And I just want to encourage people not to be scared anymore. We have our ducks in a row. We've got COVID tests, we've got vaccines, we've got boosters, we've got visitations. We have so much that I think a year ago we didn't know we could be here. And as an organization of Gamble Guest Care, we are being proactive.
Agreed.
We're getting ahead of it. We're buffing up our teams. We're hiring the best of the best in this industry. And we are also being more acute and offering pulmonary programs, bringing on a pulmonologist.
Nice.
That is where our nation is heading, right?
Yes.
Because we have a pandemic of the respiratory. So we are being proactive with Gamble. And then that's kind of what I wanted to touch on for a quick minute. But definitely back to the leadership deal is the other thing that, I've always taken away in one of my role models is, I have several women in this industry.
Yes.
Jo from Pajamas for Seniors.
Okay, that's awesome.
She is an amazing woman. And so I always look up to people like that. She leads in a loving way. And so I always just look at people and say, and now she gets to do her nonprofit stuff, but just helping somebody during that.
I guess I'm getting some goosebumps just you saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you had the chance to meet her?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she is amazing, and that's what it's about. It's just centering it around the people that we can help today.
Yes.
There are so many people that don't have the family to care for them after surgery. And the fact that we're on the first people on the phone with them saying, hey, we can help you. And I've had people cry. And it's just a touching place to be. I am super blessed, and our owners come to our building once a week. So
wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So they are able to be a part of that blessing and helping and really seeing and touching these things. So it's not like all this red tape before we get to them. They know the differences that we're making today. So.
Agreed. And just, I've been doing physical therapy, home health, and skilled nursing. When a patient is scared to go home immediately after surgery or after being hospitalized, I always recommend look at skilled nursing, because we are preparing you so that when you get home, you won't end up in a hospital again.
That's right.
We want that continuity of care, but also we want to educate you and prepare you for life.
That's right.
That's the
That's
thing.
right. Yeah, exactly. We definitely want them going back home. And that's what I tell people. Is you're gonna come here for a couple of weeks, but we want to see you go back and do the things that you were able to do. Ambulate, drive, go to the grocery store, be a part of your Christmas, at your family. That's our push for you, So, that's all I have.
There we go. Okay. So if you want to reach Miss Valerie here's their contact number. And thank you very much, Miss Valerie, for allowing me to interview you and promote the Skilled in Nursing Rehab Center, this wonderful facility of yours.
Thank
okay?
you for letting me speak on it. I am very honored, and I love everything that you put out. So this is really awesome and fun for me.
There you go. And I hope this will not be the only time that we'll get to chat again, because I really learned a lot from you and I appreciate it.
Oh, good.
And for sure, everyone that's listening here will appreciate it too.
Okay.
Okay? So, as a banner cry for Lead Well, be strong and courageous, because you're not just called to lead, my friends, but to lead it well. Have a good one. Thank you.